Cute as a Cupcake, where the cupcakes are more than just cute, they're delicious. Get by Cute as a Cupcake if you're in the Northwest Indiana area at 2008 West 81st in Maryville, Indiana. Yes, that's 2008 West 81st in Maryville, Indiana. And if you want cupcakes delivered directly to your door anywhere coast to coast, north to south, then you go to www.cuteasacupcake3.com and order your cupcakes there. Again, that's www.cuteasacupcake3.com and go to Cute as a Cupcake, where the cupcakes are more than just cute, they're delicious. Good afternoon, and welcome to the 800 Credit Score Man Show. I'm your host, Kevin King. He is I, and I am him, the 800 Credit Score Man himself. And once again, thank each and every one of you for coming in and listening to the 800 Credit Score Man Show. I truly, truly appreciate it. Now, look, we've been gone for a couple weeks. We've been gone, holidays, all that stuff. So we've been gone a couple weeks, but we're back. We're back, and we'll be here throughout the rest of 2020, absolutely for sure. And we'll be here in 2021 as well. Now, I do got an announcement or something to tell you guys in regard to that, but we are going to be here in 2021, the 800 Credit Score Man Show for sure. So thanks again for coming in and listening to the show. I'm going to tell you guys what we're going to talk about today, or what we're going to do actually throughout the rest of the end of 2020. We're going to discuss the 5 pillars of credit throughout the rest of 2020. We'll discuss those things. Now, typically at the end of the year, I usually do a wrap-up show, talk about all the things that happened in 2020. But frankly, who wants to revisit 2020? You talk about it's been a hell of a year. It has been a hell of a year in 2020. So we're not going to do a wrap-up. We're going to look towards the future when it comes to 2021. So that's what we're going to do here on the 800 Credit Score Man Show. So we'll be talking about the 5 pillars of credit in detail. I haven't done so in quite some time. You've gotten snippets of what's going on with each and every one of them and whatnot, but you're going to get painstaking detail the rest of the year. So today we're going to talk a little bit about that. And then also I want to let you know, so we're running out of space. We're running out of space far as how much recording room we have, how much we can actually keep. So we're running about a little space. I don't know what happens when we run out of space. I don't know if the system says, hey, you can't record any more shows. I don't know if the system starts to erase older shows, starting with the very first show and coming in chronological order. I don't know if the system goes in and says like whichever show has the most megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, or whatever it is, and they start to delete those first to make room for more recordings. I have no idea. No idea. But like I said just previously, we're going to figure it out. We'll be here for 2021 for sure. We almost barely have enough room to finish 2020, but we're going to get it done for sure. So thank you guys for coming in and listening to the show. I truly appreciate it. Again, thank you for sending me emails. I mean, there's some inspirational emails that come around. Benjamin, I got your email this morning. Thank you so very much. It is definitely inspirational. Helps push me to keep going when I get emails like that. So I encourage you guys, send me your emails. Let me know what's going on with your credit. They don't have to be inspirational. They don't have to be patting me on the back and all that stuff. Just let me know what's going on with your credit. Maybe we can help you out in just a little simple email exchange. So 800@creditscoreman.com. That's where you want to catch me. 800@creditscoreman.com is where you can email me if you got questions or whatever it is. If you got questions, if you just want to let me know what's up, I ask you guys to let me know what your credit scores are in comparison to Vantage Score versus FICO. So if you have that option to say which one, what they are, and let me say this: you don't have to tell me what your score is. It is personal. This is your personal finance. Maybe you don't want to tell me what your score is. Maybe you think I'm going to say Agnes Smith has a 546 credit score. I'm not going to do that. But maybe you think that, it's a possibility I might do that. So you don't want to tell me your score. You don't have to tell me your score. Let me know. Is your Vantage score higher or is your FICO score higher? So just let me know which one it is. So you can do that by email. You got that email address, or you can hit me on any social media platform there is. 800 Credit Score Man on Instagram. You can find the 800 Credit Score Man business page on Facebook. Again, you can always join Credit Score Comeback on Facebook as well, the Facebook group, and then on Twitter at Credit Score _man. So you can do all those things. All right, let me get a shout out right quick because my little cousin is not going to keep listening to the show. I got to give a shout out to Kellen King, the youngest among us, right? He celebrated his 7th birthday. Pretty sure it was 7th birthday. Happy birthday to you, little cuz. Happy birthday. I got to give a shout out to my Sans, Malcolm Parker, today. Yes, 12/12 is his birthday. So happy birthday to you. That's my 8 club on the 14 nights, coming straight from the Alpha chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. So happy birthday, Mal P. Jalen Townsend is getting his MBA. He's doing his virtual walk today. Happy, congratulations to you. Not happy. Congratulations to you getting your MBA, Jalen Townsend. Your uncle would absolutely be proud of you for doing so. Kim Hereford celebrates her birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Kim. Thanks for listening to the show, too. I really appreciate it. I know you're always busy, but you listen anyway. Happy birthday to you. Sean Fuller celebrated his birthday, actor extraordinaire. So happy birthday to you, Sean Fuller. John Tate, get well soon, man. I know you was feeling under the weather, but you're back. So, hey, happy birthday to you, John Tate. I know it's coming up this week. And then Nichelle Colvin. You guys may or may not know this songbird, but she can sing. She's on my Spotify list. Nichelle with an N, Nichelle. Colvin, this songstress, straight from Gary, Indiana's own. You guys check her out on all social media platforms. So happy birthday to you, Nichelle, as well. All right, let's jump into what we're going to explore. So I told you we're going to do this. We're going to explore these 5 pillars of credit for you for the next few shows. A great gift, by the way. A great gift is the ebook 5 Pillars of Credit by your host, Kevin King. So 5 Pillars of Credit is only $3 on Amazon. Get the Amazon and you can download it today. Finish reading it this afternoon. Small book, but it's going to tell you a bunch of information. So 5 Pillars of Credit, hey, it's coming. Actually, it's getting short on time for you to get things delivered to you before Christmas, before Christmas gets here. So, you're stuck and you're in a bind. You need to get something. A great gift well exceeds its value when it comes to being $3. Then you might want to get this ebook, and all you need is that person's email address, and you can send it directly to them for $3. So you guys get there and get it. Put it in your cart today. I know you're on Amazon anyway. You put it in your cart today, so you can go ahead and get that ebook, 5 Pillars of Credit. So which one are we going to start with now? Seems to me that anytime you hear about the 5 pillars of credit, most people don't call it pillars of credit, something I came up with, right? So most people don't call it that. They know the 5 categories, the 5 factors, things of that nature when they talk about your credit and and what makes up your credit score. Typically, always start with payment history. Everybody starts with payment history. Why? Why do we start with payment history? Well, it's good. It's the most weighting. And a lot of people actually just think that if you just pay your bills on time, then you'll have a great credit score. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. It's just not that simple. If you make your payments on time, it's absolutely going to help you get a great credit score, but it's not the be-all to end-all. So, of course, I don't want to be like everybody else, so we're going to flip it and reverse it. We're going to start with the least. We're going to start with the least, the one that's always last. So sometimes they say, the first shall be last and the last shall be first. Today we're going to talk about inquiries, and if we have a little more time left, we'll talk about another one of the pillars as well. But I think we're going to fill the show up with the inquiries, and there are things that you need to know about it. Like if you really want a great credit score, knowing 75-80% of how the system works, or if you were playing a game, just say you're not a soccer player, but you play soccer every once in a while, or you watch soccer every once in a while, knowing 75-80% of the rules will not get you to victory. So you need to know all of the things. So even though inquiries are only 10% of what makes up your credit score, and I say only almost in air quotes in here because there's a possibility that it could be worth more if you abuse the inquiry portion. So the inquiries are credit pulls. If you abuse this and you go out and you apply for credit every time somebody looks in your direction, it could be more than 10% of what your credit score is. All right. So we're going to talk about these inquiries. So let's just jump into it. So what are they? Why do they even exist? All right. So let's do this. So inquiries are 10% of what makes up your credit score. So not a very big percentage of what makes up your credit score, but like I just said, if you abuse them, then it can be worth more than 10% of your credit score. It can really hurt you, right? If you have too many inquiries. So let's start with what happens or how do you get an inquiry on your credit report. You get an inquiry when you ask for credit. When you ask for credit from someone. So if you call the credit union, you show up in person, if you could do that nowadays, and you ask them for $500, they're going to pull a credit report on you. When they pull your credit report, that's an inquiry. That's an inquiry that when they pull that credit report, then you're going to be deducted some points, right? So what happens, right? That's how it goes. It doesn't matter if you call somebody on the phone, if you're sitting at a car dealership, whatever it is, that's an inquiry. That's a credit pull when you're asking for credit. And these are the ones that deduct points from your credit. That's an inquiry. So what about them? So why is there a big deal about inquiries? Why are you saying, why are they taking points from you? I'm going to get to all of those things, but let me tell you a few facts about them. So when it comes to inquiries, they stay on your credit report for 2 years. You hear me? They're going to be on your credit report for 2 years from the day that you went and said, hey, I would like to, apply for this credit card. For the next 2 years, that inquiry will be on your credit report. So it'll be there for 2 years. Now, the newer versions of FICO, they stop counting them against you, those inquiries. They stop counting them against you after 12 months. Doesn't mean it's not on your credit report for an additional 12 months. It's going to stay for 24 months. However, they will not count them against you anymore. So every once in a while, we talk about your credit scores fluctuating. Sometimes they go up, they go down, for seemingly no reason at all. If you get a little bump in your credit score, maybe one of the inquiries moved over to, from being 12 months old to now it's 13 months old. It's been a year and a month or a year and 2 months, and the system has said, oh, we're not counting that against them anymore, and your credit score goes up 1 point. Your credit score goes up 2 points, something like that. That could be the reason. Is it worth investigating? If you got some time, knock yourself out and try to figure it out. But, right, they no longer count them against you after 12 months. Now, each time you get a inquiry, it absolutely subtracts points from your score. So how many points do you get subtracted from your score once you have an inquiry? Once you say, hey, I would like to buy something, I would like you to give me some credit. Now that depends. So typically in my experience, and this actually dates back longer than 800 Credit Score Man has been around, it has typically been 2 to 10 points. But like a lot of things have changed. These have evolved around this. But 2 to 10 points is typically what I see when somebody gets a new inquiry on their credit report. It's going to be subtracted 2 to 10 points. I'm not going to say it's instantaneous, but it comes along pretty quickly. Quicker than most of the accounts that go on or come off of your credit report. So 2 to 10 points will come off of your credit report typically. Now, Experian will have you believe, or they'll tell you that it's either 5 or it's 10. It's one or the other. I'm not sure, not 100% sure, why 5 and then why 10 sometimes. Now, what I have learned in my experience is that if it's something that you're applying for, like a mortgage or a big ticket item, then typically the more points will come off for that particular inquiry. So if you are, seeking to buy a home and you call your favorite bank or your favorite mortgage broker and they pull a credit report on you, typically it's 10 points. It's 10 points because it's a higher ticket item. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get 10 points if